until we react to these steps now. In two different words. So what the
Yo, 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 what's going on, y'all? It's your boy GC Judah back with another episode, episode 16, Standing on Business. Today, we're just gonna get right into it. I usually have a timer, give you guys a couple of minutes to kind of get settled, get in, but my time is very, very limited this week, y'all. I got a lot of projects, other stuff going on, but I did promise y'all a video, so we're gonna keep it brief, but we're gonna get into it. So as you guys know, I was gonna talk about switching the channel, kind of doing a different direction, and then I wanted to address some of the other stuff that's been going on in the travel community. Some reasons why I feel like I need to kind of pivot and kind of do something different as well. And that's just pretty much be it. This is going to be a pre-recorded live, so if you guys are seeing this, I'll probably be in the chat, but won't be any open panel this week. But next episode for sure we'll have that. I've just been just very, very busy, you guys. Work is working, life is lifing, but your boy's been good. I've been blessed, still in the situation I'm in, but everything is elevation, right? So let's go ahead and get into, I guess, the recent travel community stuff. And I know people have been kind of waiting to see, like, my responses on a lot of things, how I feel about stuff, because, I am intertwined with, a lot of different channels and groups. But for this live, I'm just going to kind of keep it, more anonymous on how I speak and everything else, because, you know, um, I myself, I don't really have the time or the appetite for anything that's been going on. And, I think everybody's kind of entitled to move how they move. We're all grown, and, you know, that just is what that is. I think when I started this channel, I always told you guys that it wasn't going to be um, a copycat of somebody else's channel on what other people are doing. So I try to keep my news on the things that go on in the travel sector. That's not on the positive scope to a minimum. It's because I know how easy it is to get into that barrel, you know what I'm saying, of like the shit and the drama, and even though we do love it, y'all know I be in a couple chats, and I'm always wanting to speak my mind on things, but I just want to touch on more like the broader topics on what's been going on and just kind of give some insight. So I guess I'll start off with the first one. When it comes to a lot of us as creators, when we're asking for donations and money, I don't think that's something that should be limited to just, one person or one kind of channel or a way that you go about it. I know a lot of us have, been very vocal about how certain people are kind of, I guess, weaponizing the donations in a way from their supporters, right? Where it's like, the trips are relying solely on people who are donating. And I just want to tell you guys, it's not just, that select group of people, or it's not the people that are on the lower rung of the YouTube world. There's also a lot of major YouTube players that I've also seen and that we know that are actively relying on donations to still, fund the majority of their trips. They might not be as reliant so much where, like instead of 100%, hey, I need you guys to pitch in. They're like, hey, I got like, 30% of the trip done. Can you guys pitch in to 70%? My whole thing is donations are donations. Asking is asking. It don't really matter if I ask you when I'm in a cardboard house or I ask you when I got a Porsche. If I'm asking you for money, I'm asking you for money. So I think in that sense, let's think of it like that, and let's not use that as a definer for how a YouTuber is doing, because even I have my Cash App on my account, even though I've never asked people for donations, I still put it up. I have it on my like social media accounts. Um, I've done a GoFundMe before, from my website business, and a lot of you guys know I am a business owner, and even though sales are doing okay and stuff, like everybody has their things, you know what I'm saying? So that's just for that. Now, again, I'm not supporting somebody, or whatever. I'm just adding context. So, when it comes to asking for donations, that is what it is. Everybody does it. So let's not use that as just a qualifier for who's a top level creator and who's not. Now, when it comes to content and footage, the footage speaks for itself. So, the delusions on people traveling to certain places a couple times, and it's like you're not given a full layout of what's going on. You know, you're only traveling for a certain kind of thing. If you're gonna label yourself and brand yourself, the king of whatever, the queen of whatever, make sure that your footage is backing up what it is you're saying. Now, subs and views, we all know that's kind of controversial. Some people have marketing plans behind their accounts too. There's nothing wrong with that. Some of the biggest YouTubers who do content stuff, they have a machine behind them, y'all. You got to treat YouTube like it's a record business, like it's how these record labels are doing. If you don't have a machine behind you, if you don't have a team behind you, if you don't have a strategy, um, you're just not going to get that look. I don't care how fire your footage is. I don't care how lit your chats are. I don't care how many people send you super chats or whatever. You know, you have to have consistency in growing your channel. And even myself, like, I'm looking into getting some YouTube marketing soon so I can get stuff popping. Like I've been blessed to have like barely 100 subscribers. You guys know my videos might average 150 views to 200. I think the one I did about Haiti was like 1,000 something, and that was like generic views. I had people in the comments I didn't even know. Traffic's coming from like stuff that YouTube's recommending, but it takes a minute for you to pop. So um, don't get discouraged. Don't look at somebody else's stuff like, damn, okay, they got 1,000 something, they got a million. Now subs and bots is a whole different story, but this video isn't for that. And again, when it comes down to the content doesn't lie at the end of the day. So if you're doing quality, stand on your quality, be consistent, have consistent episodes or videos or lives, have your branding together. All of this stuff makes a difference. Because I feel like we're arguing about a lot of the same things, but I think a lot of people don't understand the arguments, or they want like better clarity. So I just kind of want to give you guys a little bit of that insight because I do have a little bit of experience with doing social media content creation. I've had my channel since um, 2013, so I don't want you guys to think that like I'm new to the travel sector, but some of you guys know like I was doing music. Like I am an alternative hip hop artist. I used to do music videos and everything else. So I actually have a whole other channel that was doing like music videos and stuff. And when I would go out with the homies and we would record, when we would go to the studio and everything else. So I just never pushed it. But the YouTube stuff ain't new to me. The travel sector stuff is new to me. The anonymous trolling is new to me. All of that stuff is new. I'm not used to people hiding behind usernames and talking shit and not, saying who they are or naming names. That's weird. But it is what it is. People are going to do what they do. I think being anonymous online, especially with how cybersecurity is, and people getting hacked and doxxed, like your safety is important. And that's another thing too. A lot of times when we do stuff, it's in fun and games, but let's not get the online life confused with real life. I see a lot of people talking tough and crazy, and I know everybody wants to be gangster, everybody wants to be tough. I don't know how many of you guys have ever been to jail or had handcuffs on or ever shot guns or any of that. I don't know. But what I'm telling you is it's a lot easier when you're in control of your freedom and what you're doing, as opposed to looking over your back, wondering if somebody's about to roll up on you, acting weird, having to hide your address and everything else. Those are things that you really don't want to do. So I would just say when it comes to that, hey, entertainment is entertainment. Y'all know I love to talk shit. I'm usually popping off at something or getting crazy with somebody every so often, but you have to remember there's limits to that. And your reputation is your reputation, your name is your name. So you don't want to get that confused with real life, because real life is real life. And cats do real shit. You don't want to say, hey man, oh, it's my bad, I was just joking, because I see a lot of y'all that be like to joke and you like the borderline kind of get it people. You just have to be ready for what comes with that. You can pop your shit, but just be ready if somebody's ready to match you with that energy. You got to be ready for it. If they want a war, you got to be ready to war. So, and I don't think a lot of people have that appetite for that. So let's just, simmer down on a lot of that tension and a lot of that. I think it's a lot better if we all work together. Or if you don't like a motherfucker, do what I do. Y'all know I have people on my page to this day that can't come around and can't comment because I have them blocked. I'm like, my rule is, I feel like if we engage with them consistently, we don't have the right to complain or to be vocal about what they do. Because if it's somebody that I don't like, I'm not checking for you. I'm not looking on your pages. I'm not in the chats. I'm not even making I'm not doing any of that. Like, it's out of sight, out of mind. I'm not bringing you up. I'm not putting your face on anything that I'm doing. You're not getting no kind of shout outs. So, it's either you care or you don't care. Like, you got to have that line, man. Like this, because the actions are going to prove more than what the words you're saying. Like, you guys know, when I split and did my own channel, I ain't brought nobody on from the other side on. I think the first pilot channel was probably the majority that I've even talked about the situation I was in, and I did it after that. I've pivoted and done other things. I might have bought on some of my guys who, I still support, and they might have said some things, but me directly, I've paid my own lane because I don't want somebody saying, "Oh, you clout chasing," or you coming up. Like, everything that I've done is myself. Like, from the images I make to the topics I come up with, like, I'm damn near self-made. Now, how I came in might have been riding on somebody's coattails, and you guys know, I'll admit that. Like, I got grilled, and I got through it. I admitted, where the mistakes were and where I went wrong with who I identified with when I first got in the game. That's fine. But now, you see the progression, you see who I've all been tied to, what we've been doing. I've seen everybody else who I mess with, how their channels have grown and what they've been doing. So, the actions speak for themselves, you guys, you know. And that's just it at the end of the day. Delusions are delusions. You can tell people what you think sounds good or what you think they want to hear, but at the end of the day, the results and how you move is going to speak for yourself. Like, if you're not constantly knocking out goals, you're not constantly branding yourself to be bigger, you're not constantly trying to have things in motion, then what do we call it? What do we call it? You know what I'm saying? So that's just the school that I came from and what I'm used to doing. Now, moving on into like the other travel sector stuff that I've been seeing, where, like, the inner beefs and like the little drama and stuff, again, most of it is entertainment. Like, I don't think, when a lot of us travel and we go to these places and we pull up on each other, with the exception of, like, 98% of us, I think, don't have that appetite. Now, there's that small 2% or 3% of us, like, look, you know what? If it's up, it's up. I just don't like you, blah, blah, blah. It is what it is. But I think for the majority of us, we might disagree with how people are moving or, the characters they're portraying, but in real life, people just trying to make a name for themselves. And I understand that. And maybe that's because, me being from California, and I've dealt with the Hollywood shit for a majority of my life, and I know how it is to be around actors and actresses and people who play roles. You know, it's just a part of the come up. So I wouldn't take it too much to heart or try to get too wrapped up on who you're seeing and what you're looking at. Um, and again, I think, especially within the black travel sector, I think it's important to have a lot of us who are doing different stuff. I think it's important to have people who are going to these different places, whether you're doing reaction videos or you're giving, first point of view or whatever. You're talking about the chicas, or you're talking about, like, recreational stuff, or you're talking about the dangers and the health of the travel community and what we should be doing, or you want to teach people about financial literacy, or how not to get robbed or whatever. Like, there's different lanes that we all could be doing within the travel sector. So, excuse me. So, don't get wrapped up on what you think, you know the top elite black YouTubers or travel content creators, what they're doing, because what they're doing works for them, and their audience is their audience. The people that like what they do might not necessarily want to see you do the same thing. So you have to come out of that zone and find out what works for you, and then just keep running with it. Nothing is overnight, and it takes time to build that audience. So and then again, I want to say, as far as this channel, when I first started, I thought I was gonna have more time to travel, but then I got caught up with my internship and work, and you guys know I'm fully remote and I'm at the house a lot, and between my internship and just my own business, I just have clients and everything else. My time is just really limited, and I've been trying to have like a little bit of my personal time to myself too outside of work, but it's really like a hassle, y'all. So I think just for my sanity and to keep you guys engaged and entertained too, I'm definitely gonna pivot from the majority of the travel talk, and I'm probably gonna start doing more of like reactions to things that might go on within the space, and then just other things that I hear about. So it's not gonna be more so about like hey, somebody got like hit with scopamine or something, or like hey, this person got shot, but more like okay, um, somebody might have did something really funny or stupid. Let's comment on it. Let's kind of have like a constructive conversation, or let's just flame them. Let's roast them. Let's talk about what could have went better, what could have went wrong. What did go wrong, and then maybe something I would have done better, or just comment on that. So I think that'd be a good way to kind of pivot the channel where I'm still staying in the know with what everybody's doing, since I am one of the few that's kind of connected to everybody, you know, um, and there's somewhat of a neutrality going on. I haven't managed to, piss everybody off, but again, you know, I do support a lot of y'all, and you know, I'm not too big on burning bridges just to burn bridges. So I always feel like unless you've done something to me directly, or you've, kind of called me out or something, I don't really have no problems with you, and we rock because some of you guys know, I am very capable of returning fire, and when you're dealing with somebody who's kind of intelligent and a little crazy, it's kind of best for you to just kind of be in the friend role and be more of an ally, and I tell you guys that you know me online and in real life, I'm pretty much damn near the same. So the Judah you get now is who you're gonna get outside. So but I definitely like to keep more of the peaceful, positive kind of demeanor because not only am I a leader to certain people, but I motivate other people too. So I think myself and just my team, we've all come a long way from where we were a couple months ago and even a year ago. So I think there's a lot more responsibility, and there's a lot more stuff that's riding on my end that I always have to be mindful of. So, you know, a lot of times it's not that I don't want to do stuff or I don't want to respond. You just got to think. You always got to think before you make that move, right? Because I'm representing a lot of people. It's not just about me anymore, and I have to be mindful of that. So, and that's something I want you guys to think about too. My content creators, whoever's watching this, and it's just something to think about because you don't want to get caught up in no bullshit, y'all. It's just there's so many things that's going on that's outside of this box, this YouTube stuff, and I think sometimes we get so caught up in just the camaraderie, right? We get caught up in the he said, she said, and woo woo, and you can't tell me this and fuck that, and nah, I'm gonna stand on this, and it's like okay, like that's cool, you know, defend yourself. I'm never going to tell you not to defend yourself. I'm never going to tell you just to let somebody just kind of punk you or whatever. Stand on it and do what you got to do. But you know, try to keep it within a frame where it doesn't get too crazy or senseless. Always have a mission and always check in with yourself and be like, yo, like what is my outcome of this? What is my end goal? What example am I trying to set? What message am I trying to tell somebody, you know, and you just go from there, and I think that'll help a lot of y'all kind of solve a couple things that have been going on, and just kind of be a lot better for what it is you're trying to do, yeah, because we here for entertainment, man. A lot of us just want to see everybody travel, do their thing, wheels up. I want to see all y'all taking flights, getting your passport stamps, you know what I'm saying, having a good ass time. I want to be able to hop on the panels and chop it up and say, okay, you went here, you went there, what's next, man? Like, what's going on? Like instead of the whole, okay, well, so and so did this, or all right, I gotta worry about that. Or, okay, well, somebody posted something about this, so now it's up, and now I gotta go over here and see what happened. Like it's fun for a minute, but after a while, it's like, you get exhausted, man. And it's like, you know, how long are we gonna play it out for? Because I'll be the first to tell y'all, I don't have 5 or 6 months of me to beef with somebody. Where I come from, we usually dead shit, and then we be done with it. And I like to move forward. We don't really keep those kind of things going like that. So I'm not used to like prolonged internet drama or any of that. Like when I like when we shoot. You know what I'm saying? And I shoot to put you down. I don't shoot for you to come back. So yeah, so that's it is what it is on that. And yeah, man, just the travel community is just, I feel like there's somewhat of a stalemate because there is a small number of quality content creators that are doing stuff at the top, and I think a lot of us kind of gravitate in the same like little ecosystem. So I know it can get tricky. You know, some people have favoritism. I know there's a lot of cliques and a lot of teams. The shit feels like high school sometimes. I get that, but just try to, if you can, if you have the appetite to create a channel, have your channel, be in control of what you can control, and just focus on whatever niche it is you have, and then grow your stuff up. I see a lot of you guys that you get irritated, you get mad when you're like, hey, I come on the panel and somebody's muting me, or I get booted off, or why I get kicked off, and this and that. You got to understand, when y'all come on other people's panels, you coming on their panel. Nobody owes you a damn thing when you come on somebody's panel, and that includes respect. You know what I'm saying? So you really don't have a lot that you can say when you're a guest or something. Now, you know, if you're gonna yell, and and some of y'all like to troll, and I get it, but everybody has limits, man. So just again, be mindful. Like a little bit of it is good. Too much of anything can ruin something. You know what I'm saying? Too much air can ruin you. Too much water can ruin. So everything in moderation. I think that'd be the best thing that I could tell y'all. Because you know, as we seen it get messy, man, and literally a couple seconds or a couple minutes, things can go from we was kind of chilling to hey, it's up now. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what's about to happen, but just what I'm saying, lock your shit because it's up. But I want to see everybody be successful, man. I really don't. As much as y'all hear me talk about the same, like maybe handful of people that I always be like, yo, I can't stand these motherfuckers, or like I don't like you. I really don't have no true hatred or like strong dislike of anybody in the YouTube sector. Now there's some people who, if it's anything that I might not like about them, it might be like how they're moving, or maybe like their lack of caring about certain things. But to say like in my heart, like, oh, if I see this nigga or whoever, like it's on site, like I just like I'm gonna just ruin your shit. No, not really. I can say now. Can I say that some things that they do I might dislike because I think they're better than what they're showing me? Oh, for sure. I believe that everybody is capable of being great and better, and I don't put anybody in this category of like, oh, you just fucking up to fuck up. I think a lot of you guys are really smart and intelligent. I think it takes a lot of energy to run a channel and to be in front of people that you don't know to talk. Um, I think it takes a lot to constantly be on YouTube every other day, like some of y'all are, and running these 12-hour, 13-hour lives. I personally can't do it. I might give you like 40 minutes or maybe an hour to myself, maybe 2 hours, but I'm not about to sit here and talk to y'all for fucking 12 hours, 10 hours straight because I got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? My life is just busy. I don't have it set up to where I have that much freedom or control yet where I can sit online for 12 hours and live a comfortable life. Not yet. So, but I salute it. I salute y'all to do. I salute the people who are making those business moves. And if you're getting paid off of YouTube, great. I have not earned not $1. I want y'all to know from YouTube yet. None of my channels are monetized. I don't have super chats. I don't have any of that. So I've moved once. I'm probably gonna move again in the next couple months. So, everything for me has been out of pocket, or whoever has been supporting me, send a couple things, send me on the back end. It's been cool, but for the most part, I've been solo, so it's still a grind, but you know, everything that's worth it takes a minute. And that's another thing too. Um, if you're trying to cut corners on making the content and the quality when it comes to like, the travel content and stuff, in, invest in the good equipment, and teaching yourself how to record good, having the sound effects, doing the fonts and all that stuff. Like really invest in yourself if you're really gonna push this shit. It doesn't make sense to kind of half-ass and kind of put out low quality stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, but I know everybody has limitations too, and some people don't have the money to pay somebody, or you might not have the time to sit there and be like, "Yo, I'm about to just learn some new shit so I can better myself." Everybody's different. I get that. I'm just giving y'all the game of what it is that I've done that's allowed me to get to where I've gotten to. I'm always researching. I'm always thinking about the next thing. I'm always trying to figure out, okay, if it's something I don't know, how can I know it within the shortest amount of time and correctly? These are things that I do in my work, just in my personal life, not even just for YouTube. This is just like life game that I'm giving y'all. So, just kind of keep all of that in mind. If you're struggling to create content, or you're struggling to have a channel, or you're frustrated with your platform, just these are things that come with the game. And there's a lot of shit that I didn't know when I first got started in my channel that I wish I would have known now. But some of the top YouTubers, even helped me and lent a hand, and they know who they are, and to them, I'm grateful that they even decided to fuck with me, and they was like, "Yo, I'm gonna help Judah out." I see him doing some shit. I'm like, "Yo, hey, come here, let me let me show you what to do that's different that can help you out next time." So because it's important, man. Especially in the black travel space, I think a lot of us, we're starting to see ourselves now around the world. And a lot of you guys know back in the days, at least I know in my family, a lot of my folks didn't travel like that. And I have my passport, and the places that I've been to, like a lot of my ancestors never would even think to go to, and that I've been to, and got blessed to travel to, and the places I'm going to go to in the future. And I don't take that for granted. So when you are traveling and going to these places, not saying that, oh, it's your responsibility to be this torchbearer, because I know that shit gets tiring too. I feel like, because we are black creators and stuff, we shouldn't always have to be the guinea pigs for responsibility and everything else. I 100% agree with you on that, because that shit is annoying to me, and I hate when I'm in a space and it's only me, and I'm like, damn, okay, well, I have to be a certain way. I'm like, oh, fuck that. If I want to turn up, show my ass, and be ignorant, hey, I want to have a little bit of fun, however you want to call it, getting ratchet, or I want to be silly. You should have that right. Again, everything in moderation. That's the whole key to everything, and you got to remember, your name is your name, your image is your image. So how people perceive you is usually an indication of what you're putting out. So if you want somebody to see you as being polished, or see you as somebody who might know they shit, you got to put yourself out like that. If people see you as being goofy, or somebody who does scams, or you don't really know shit, it's probably, you might be putting off those vibes. So man, learning is a never ending thing. Education is night and day. So don't ever think that you're too cool to open up a book, or to watch a YouTube video, or to read some shit. That's a lot of y'all's uh Achilles heels, I would say, or a lot of I would say the only negative that I could really touch on. A lot of you motherfuckers don't like to learn, and you don't want to take that extra step to get knowledge. And I'm telling y'all, like, you gotta get over that, because just in my personal life, like, the amount of stuff that I learned just from like the internet, allowed me to do so much. And if I was waiting on somebody to teach me something, like some of y'all be doing, like, there's no way I would have been in the situations I'm in now, or having the opportunities that I've had. So, you got to get used to being really independent, and not so codependent on people, and not waiting for somebody to kind of give you an idea. Now there's some people who are experts in what they do, who are really skilled, and yeah, if you got them, tap into them. But you want to get into the habit of being like, yo, if I don't know some shit, let me go find out somebody who got it, or let me go figure this shit out myself, and then I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna take that. Like, don't just sit around and be like, oh well, I ain't figured it out yet, and The niggas around me ain't figured it out, so I'm just doofy doofy. Like, nah, like time is always escaping us. That's the one thing you can't get back. You can get your money back, you can get some material shit back. You can, you know, some of us, you can switch your location, your environment, but you cannot replace the time that you have. And I feel like some of us, from what I'm seeing, like we waste a lot of time on a lot of bullshit that shouldn't be going on. Like you could be a lot more productive or just getting more of your time equity back, So just, man, this live was really just about touching on, like I said, the channel switching and what's going on in the travel scene. But really, just I wanted to kick some gems to y'all and really just give a little bit of game that I think that'll help out a lot of people. And hopefully, somebody that's hearing this can learn from it, and you guys can apply some of what I've been saying, and it'll stick, because for sure, this channel. Next couple of episodes is going to be growing. It's going to be a different kind of platform. So whatever you guys saw when the first, like, I think we're on episode 16, the first 16 episodes, don't expect that same kind of angle going forward. It's definitely going to be some new stuff. I'm going to have new graphics, work on this, like the whole channel presentation overall. So I got some dope shit coming. And I know those who've been supporting me, y'all keep supporting me. I appreciate you. And yeah, let's just keep continuing to have fun and enjoying the YouTube travel space for what it is. Let's crack jokes. Let's get on each other. Let's roast. But let's keep, let's keep the drama to a minimum. Let's try to keep, a lot of the like aggression that comes out to like, if you keep it on the internet, once you log off, go about your day, do that because I don't think a lot of it translates into real life, and I think a lot of y'all just don't have the appetite to really have those kind of problems that you that you make it out to scene, and there's a few people, and I think people watching this, y'all probably know who I'm talking about. Again, we ain't firing no shots in this video. I ain't naming no names. If you came here trying to get information, sorry, you ain't getting it. So this is just me popping my shit to y'all, and it is what it is. But I just want to see everybody flourish. I want to see all of y'all having like 10K views on the video. You know what I'm saying? I want all your lives to be popping. Like I think it's just our ecosystems overlap too much for there to really be a lot of like this side, that side, this side. We're over here, they're over there. Fuck y'all, I'm over here. Like it just like we all be populating the same damn channels, damn near, or being the same live. So it really to me it's funny, but I get how humans are. Sometimes we're very tribal, and sometimes we can get very like crude in how we are and shit. And I know emotions have an effect on it too. And and then once you feel a certain kind of way, you kind of gonna die on your hill and you're gonna be stuck there. So I get that too. Like I know it. But I would just say like if you want to be one of those top creators and you want to really have your channel kind of grow and you want to have some hardcore subscribers, um, definitely separate yourself and kind of have like your own ecosystem that people are going to go into. Don't always be so quick to be that person who's just kind of everywhere. If that's what you want to do. If you're okay with being a troll, hey, troll on, man. Create those multiple accounts. Keep screen recording. You know what I'm saying? Keep reposting shit and doing all that. If that's what you want to do and you just here for the fun, do that. If you want to be that provocateur, you want to just, keep calling people out and you want to kind of bully people or do that, hey, do that too. Because we need people like that, I guess, to keep things spicy. I guess if we all were agreeing, that would be boring. I don't know. I'm all for peace, but I get it. Some people like to just blow shit up and they want to, you want to turn up. So I get it. I think there's a lane for everybody, but it's just, it depends on how you do it. Just make sure how you going about it, have some kind of strategy, have some kind of strategy, you know. So don't be so reckless with it and just like, I don't know, like you got to have something you care about. I don't know, but I also know too that there's people who just no matter what you say, no matter what game I give to y'all, they just do not give a fuck, and that's just how they operate, and I understand that too. So and to them, hey, good luck to you. Good luck to you in life. Good luck to you on your journey. But I just know from personal experience, people who I know who operate like that, they don't usually get too far and they don't last too long. So, take that as you will. You know, I'm just giving facts, not threatening, not saying anything, just giving y'all from my 33 years of being on Earth what I've experienced and what I know. But anyways, you guys, I think I'm pretty much done with my video. Again, this was pre-recorded, so if you're seeing this, I'm not live, but I'll probably be in the comments. Continue to keep sharing and supporting. I appreciate everybody who's made the channel made the channel what it is today. Um, I think when I started the YouTube journey, I really didn't have a clue of what to expect. I kind of was just looking at some people like, okay, hey, I want to be a part of what they're doing. Like I had no desire secretly to like start a channel and to leave, like, that whole situation and be like, all right, cool. Like, they're kind of on the sinking ship now, so let me kind of leave and do my own thing. I want to tell you guys that was never my goal. Um, I literally had to pivot because again, like some things with me are moral based and I just care about certain shit. And I feel like if I'm around people who don't care about the same things that I care about, I have to distance myself and I have to get away from that. So that situation was pretty much what that was. Like I had to get away from what I thought wasn't a good environment or a good kind of a group or a channel to be a part of. And that's why I kind of started my own thing and I surrounded myself with the guys I'm with now, the team I have now, and and who I'm affiliated with. And I think that was a good move. I don't regret it. I don't see myself going back, making amends or any of that shit. I'm kind of a person where if I tell you something and I kind of put my mind to it, it's kind of already set. I don't really like going back and forth too much. I don't really um, switch my mind too often on things. Everybody kind of starts off with an A+ with me, and then depending on how that goes, you can either go on a lower ranking or a higher ranking depending on how it is. But I always try to, you know, give people a chance to kind of show me, you know, how they are, how they function. I don't believe in just writing somebody off in the beginning, So just know that when I had to pivot, it was really some shit that was going on, either what you guys saw or on the back end that had me like, yo, I need to this is a sinking ship. I need to get the fuck out of here. So, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. Hey, shout outs to them. Shout outs to y'all. We good over here. I'ma always be good as long as I can hustle and do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? And I can still talk. We're gonna be fine. But yeah, you guys like, share, support. Next episode is probably gonna come either next week or the week after that. I know it's Thanksgiving coming up. I'm wishing everybody a happy holidays, however you celebrate it. Even if you don't celebrate it, hey, take some time off next week. You know, fucking, you need a break. Stop working so goddamn hard. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna kill over. Take some time, go outside, touch some grass. You know what I'm saying? Book a trip, go to the fucking movies. You know what I'm saying? Take yourself out to dinner, do something. Self care is important. You know, a lot of y'all too, stop waiting on other people to set plans for you to do stuff. You got to take care of yourself too. It's important. Just your self health, your mental health is really important. So, um, take some time out for yourself. Don't be on this motherfucker for 24 hours out of the day or longer than 15 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, detach a little bit. I think that's another thing why it's a lot of craziness that goes on. Some of y'all like to stay on all day. You gotta de-wind. Go somewhere. Like get some fresh air. It'll help you. But anyways, you guys, that is my time. It's been your boy. It's been overly real. Again, this is episode 16. Standing on business. I think we covered a lot today. Hopefully you guys got some stuff out of it or you just had a good laugh. You know, um, y'all hit me on the channels. You know where I'm at. And yeah, until next time, we out of here.